Games Workshop, they're the people who do Warhammer, right?
This video is sponsored by Whaling Games.
But it's not Warhammers, it's a Gundam.
So this is a video first for me. I have never built a Gunpla or Gundam kit in my life. I've seen them, I've heard nothing but good stuff about them on the internet.
Masquerade
Lots of
EX.
people have told me, get a
Strike
Gundam
Freedom.
kit, you'll love it. So we're all going to go on a little journey together and watch Peachy build a Gundam model. And I'm excited.
All right.
And also terrified, but mostly excited. Can't wait.
I'm kind of excited. You know, I've noticed a lot of, maybe not a lot, but a good handful of people in the Warhammer community either try out Gunpla or make the jump or switch over to Gunpla. And I spoke to Kinder about this. That's a name that some of you may not have heard in a while. Shout out to him, by the way. I'm just glad to hear he's doing well. But anyways, we were talking the other day on Discord, and he was telling me that I should get into Warhammer. And I was like, man, I feel like Warhammer, it's just so much more intricate in the details. Because you get the kit and you assemble it together, but then you have to, you know, get the paint, do all these like details and get the colors right. And then if you want like weathering effects, and it's not even just the figure itself, but also the stand it's on, right? Like you gotta like put some color on the ground, right, on the base, and then you can like throw in some things to make it look dynamic, you know, in the scenery, throw in some twigs or branches, you know, just to make it feel lively. And I told him, I think I would want to do Warhammer at least once, right? Like do a Warhammer kit at least once, and just to see how it is. Because that would be cool, right? That would be pretty neat, a little neat experience of just how these model kit, what's going on in the model kit hobby, right? But as of now, my mind is fully focused on Gunpla. But yeah.
Big box. I was not expecting it to be this big. Oh my days. There is
man. Dude, look at that gold.
Every colour of the rainbow in sprues.
Dude, he picked a good one.
As I said, built many kits before. This apparently doesn't require glue. How?
It shouldn't.
I'll find out as we progress.
No, they stick together like Lego. I mean, not exactly, but
I mean, like I said, I'm an experienced builder.
in a way.
And I've built many kits, but this terrifies me. What are they for?
Kind of ish like Bionicle.
I have no idea. I mean, I'm still not even at the bottom of it. I mean, look, there's a load still to go. Somewhere in here.
Man, he picked a good one.
Good luck watching this
Masquerade EX Strike Freedom.
Peachy, build something about instructions.
That's one that I've
that's just every time we
want to build one of these days.
Oh yeah, we've got instructions, and they're in English and Japanese, which is good. I guess once I've got everything laid out, I'll know what all the colours mean. Oh, there's loads of different builds.
Man, I don't even read the Japanese. I just see 1, 2, 3, 4
so many things.
for like what pieces I need to build. That's it.
Instantly, the fact
Man,
that each
even know.
sub-assembly informs you which sprues are being used is an instant game changer for me. There's a lot of sprues, so this will instantly improve building efficiency.
Oh yeah, that's the name of the runners in Warhammer, right? Sprues. I think so. I wonder why. I think it's probably just regional dialect. You know, because this Warhammer's from the UK, right? So, I don't know. Tomato. One of those kind of ordeals.
Straight away, I felt that this kit was designed by folks who have completed the game of engineering. Nothing is missed, everything is considered.
God, look how shiny that is.
Are sublimely clear.
What do they call that? Luster?
Like, oh, you know, sometimes instructions can be quite misleading. There is
that looked like a Bionicle head
in these instructions. Only use
it's a mask of light.
And I experienced used error quite a bit because I'll be like, oh my god, this doesn't make sense, and then I kind of read a bit further on, and it did. So it's kind of like IKEA meets Lego for instructions. That's what it feels like, because Lego's pretty clear, IKEA pretty clear. Japanese have got it clear. They know what they're doing.
I would just like to take a quick moment of your time
Japanese
to briefly
IKEA.
talk about the sponsor of
That's
this
what it is.
video, Whaling Games, and how you can win
Whaling Games.
the same Gundam that Peachy's building in this video. We all
Oh.
know who Whaling Games are at this point. They're the lovely folks that sell us all of our favourite hobby products, tools, and needs at up to 20% off.
Oh, man.
RP.
Wait. Magic the Gathering Fallout? Come on now. Come on. That's too much. That's way too much. You know how many collabs Magic the Gathering has had now? I'm sure there's like several others that just aren't coming to mind, but I know there's been Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy in general, Assassin's Creed. I think Hatsune Miku even had one. And you're telling me Fallout? Fallout. I wouldn't be surprised if Elder Scrolls had one. I mean, that would make sense, but I think we're getting really out of hand when it comes to these kind of collabs. Because I feel like with cards, especially with trading cards, whether it be Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, I don't really know necessarily if Yu-Gi-Oh! Has that level of notoriety to where there's collaborations, but you know, especially with those two, Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, when there's some sort of collab that goes into them, and because of how popular they are with collectors, and not even just people who actually play the game, but just people who just buy the cards for the sake of having the cards, you know, and even those, especially those who like to scalp, they see this as like an opportunity and be like, yes, we gotta have it. We gotta have that resale value. Ooh, we gotta get it. You know, that's just how I look at it. It's a shame, really, because on its face, it's a neat idea, you know, but again, it's people just gotta ruin it somehow, you know.
They have a 4.9 star rating on Trustpilot. They've got a loyalty system, which makes things...
Ooh. What do we got here? The Gundam Thunderbolt Verka. The perfect grade strike freedom. Master grade Hyakushiki. Ooh, the perfect grade Unleashed. RX-78-2, there it is. There it is, right there. Chat, does anyone know how good the perfect grade strike freedom is? The Thunderbolt. Look at those shields. What the hell?
even cheaper. They do duties paid.
What else is there? I see the master grade Sinanju. I heard out of all the variations of the Sinanju that have came out, the only one that has the gold actually injected onto like the black armor pieces is the real grade. That's the only one. And I think we've all heard about the real grade Sinanju. Just simply put, right?
To Europe, the list goes on. They're amazing, and they now sell
It might be
a
amazing.
metric ton of Gundams. And
Oh,
if
man.
you would like to put yourself in the running to win a copy of this master grade extreme Strike Freedom Gundam, all you need to do is order any Gunpla or Gundam kit through Wayland Games and use our code at checkout. You'll be automatically entered. The link, checkout
The
code,
Zaft mobile
the full
suit.
terms and conditions are all available.
I'm not
down
even that
in the
far
description and the
into
pinned
Seed.
comment.
I've only
I wish I
watched
could enter. I bought
Seed,
a Gundam through
but
Wayland Games
I
recently.
haven't
This little
watched
dude,
Destiny
'cause I watched
or
Peachy build
Freedom
this
yet.
big dude, and I wanted to try it out, but maybe something slightly less intimidating.
I feel
So-
like I needed a break
I
from
went for the little one. I'm looking forward to building
watching
it.
all of
Real
that.
grade, apparently. Transfers for days. Anyway, I'll let you get back to Peachy.
all of that
Enter the
nonsense
competition
that
if
was
you're
in
keen.
Seed.
These are really fun to build. Definitely recommend it. See you soon.
Initially, I used a mix of AK clippers and God Hand, but as I discovered through the build, the plastic, though sturdy, does feel a smidgen softer than the plastics I'm used to. So I just kept to the God Hand in the end for the duration. It just made sense. as
Oh, the
opposed to keep
God
swapping
Hand?
around.
Wait, the God Hand. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Unicorn was saying something about the God Hand. Right? God Hand. Yeah, this. God Hand. Holy shit. Yo. I mean, some of these are cheap, but others, wow. You're telling me y'all are paying 50 to 60 bucks? Excuse me. For a little cutting tool? And Unicorn was telling me that there was like different colors that people were going for. That's crazy. Avoid using the tip of the blade. Tip of the blade is manufactured to be thinly sharp. Possibility it will break if the tip is used repeatedly. Cut using the middle part of the blade. Bro. Chat, I'm just gonna say it, okay? Off of everything I own. If I ever come onto stream and you see me building a model kit with one of these, that's how you know I made it. That's how you know I'm in an okay spot. Alright? You heard it first, alright? Only all of you who are in the stream right now, listening, at this very moment, will know that. Okay? It's gonna be between you and I. Holy shit.
The chroming on these is just amazing.
The
I was
chroming.
not expecting. There's different types of metallic. There's like metallic-esque looking sprues, which is just like, it looks a bit metallic-y but quite dull, which I'm used to from like Underworld's kits. And
Man, look at
stuff
the
like that. And then there
cinematography.
was the chromed ones as well.
Focused in on the
And they're
B-runner.
just- But I was super impressed by the, not only the adornments on all the kit, but just the quality of the chroming on the sprue. I've never seen anything
chroming.
like it. I'm mind blown all the way through this video. There's
I'm
a
gonna
lot
start
of
saying that, the
mind-blowing.
chroming.
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to such an array of expertise in a plastic kit. It's mad. The one thing
It is
I
maddening.
still can't get my head around, and like I say, built lots of kits, is the level of articulation. This thing has no
Oh, yeah.
glue.
No
Unless
glue.
you make a mistake like I did. Has no glue.
Yep, been there
It's all
before.
Clip fit, so you
We
just
all know
push it
that,
together.
right?
But there's so much articulation, so many joints. There's bits like on the
Oh my
waist
God,
where
look at-
there's like hip
Look at
movement.
the fingers. Look at the fingers on that. Bro, you can even bend the tips. Pause. But like, dude, that's insane.
On the legs, there's like little pistons that move. Like everything twizzles and turns. Don't get me started on that hand.
The full mechanics Ariel's hand doesn't even have that kind of articulation in the fingers.
Fully articulated when you cut it off the sprue. I have never seen that in my life. A sprue, a plastic sprue that you clip out and then is fully articulated.
And that's on the sprue?
That is on the sprue. It's got to work out about the hand joint, but fingertips move. They're on ball joints, so if I move this one round...
that's all 5 fingers.
This one moves around.
Oh my god. And that's one piece?
That's just one piece. These do
that's
move.
That's one piece.
See, look, they move around.
That shouldn't be allowed.
What devilry is this? Who have they... Where does this come from? This is mad science. There's probably more articulation in this Gundam than all the action figures I've got at home. It's insane. It's the end of day 1 of filming. I've got...
Man. Chat. I'm trying to think of action figures that I've had. I've had a few action figures. When I was really younger, really small. Oh man, I really need to think about the name of them. Because they were the Marvel superheroes, so I had like Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, I had the Hulk, I got the Thing. I remember getting the Thing for Christmas when this was like when I was in my single digits, early to mid single digits. But oh man, if I can just think about the name of those figures. Yeah, they were all like the Marvel heroes, but essentially you could only move their arms up and down, and then, you know, the legs, you know, up and down. The head, I don't even know if the head could swivel. I want to say it could. But yeah, I remember those. And then I had a Spider-Man figure. It was Tobey Maguire. My dog, I think, was chewed at one of the arms. And then I had a Carnage figure also, and a Rhino. But I didn't necessarily have all that much action figures growing up as a kid. I was really into Legos, low-key. So I mean, innately something like Gunpla was just meant for me, right? Just building your own figure. Actually, you know what? I'll take it a little bit further. It wasn't just Lego, you know, the bricks. Bionicle. That was the thing. So in a way, I did have action figures, but just not exactly ones that came pre-packaged, if that makes any sense. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Something like Bionicle sculpted me into constructing something like Gunpla. Granted, I gotta take everything out of the runners and make sure the pieces are smooth and this and that, but man, yeah. Chat, did you have action figures growing up? Did anyone have action figures? Let me know in the comments.
I've gone through all the emotions today, all of them. Excited, baffled, confused, overwhelmed, angry at one point.
Angry? Oh, yep, I know that.
I wasn't too keen on that stuff.
Yep.
But also super impressed as well. Like, just
I know it.
How the kit goes together. I mean, there's all these sprues, and I have to keep like changing out. Organisation, I think, is key, and just keep checking over when you start the next section. Look at what sprues you need, and then put them into this thing, which helps. I'm impressed with the kit so far. It's my first one I've ever done. It's so different to anything I've ever done, and I like it. I've thoroughly enjoyed the process so far.
I knew you would.
can't wait for tomorrow. See what happens. So I made a boo-boo.
Oh, man.
I accidentally.
Oh, what happened?
Because I was getting carried away. Clipped off.
By the way, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. They have you build the entire inner frame first. Bro, look at this. This looks like something you would put in a museum. You put this in a display case. I feel like this is something the world is just not ready for. To just gaze and behold. Like, you know how in biblical scripture it's said that looking upon an angel would make any mortal just lose their mind? Like, they just could not comprehend what it is that is in front of them. I'm thinking of that, but just toned down enough to where you know what you're looking at, but it's just unbelievable. That is exactly how I would describe what I'm seeing right now. Like, it's just that good. Look at this. So far, I only know one guy who's built this. This is insane. Wow.
I accidentally, because I was getting carried away, clipped off 2 plugs that are meant to like secure into some holes. So I got some plugs, got some holes, and accidentally clipped them off because I thought they'll feed the wings. So what I had to do, because these are so well engineered and so precise.
Oh, we got like the little pegs off.
One circle bigger than the other, so you knew roughly where to go. So I super glued them on, not because I was expecting a tough fit with the super glue. It was more just so I could make sure I lined them to the holes and then put them in, because I was an idiot. They fitted in fine, there was no issues, and then eventually, because it's a Gundam kit and it's so well engineered, there was a load of housing that went around it and secured it in place anyway.
I like the little dabs of glue he did.
Just
little dabs.
At least it made it fairly precise when I
It helps.
obviously started assembling it. Don't do a peach.
Oh man,
I was such an idiot.
it's got the wings on.
That guy.
Usually the backpack comes last.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
I actually like having that, but at first it did seem like, oh, that's a lot of effort.
Bro, all that gold made him look like
Even
Matanui.
now, I just look at it lovingly, knowing all the time and effort that's gone into it and all the detail that I can't see, but I know it's there. I know it's there. He knows it's there. You probably don't know it's there, but when you build your own, you'll know it's there. There is a greater power in play, so as we've
Dude, look at
rightly
those.
said, trust the system. There is
Those the
Bandai and
red
the
clear
engineers
plastic.
have got you covered. So when things seem weird and don't make
like
sense,
jewels.
trust the system. It'll all play out fine at the end. Trust me. I made this mistake at least 4 times, and each time it was like, just Peach, just trust the system. I should have
Just trust the system.
Time, you know, been burnt by plastic kits. No, not actually burnt. You know what I mean?
Yep. Man, look at that thing. Look at the wings. Oh, there's the.
As you can now see, I am joined by the Gundam. The Gundam. And it's a thing of beauty, posed by Pat. And beautifully posed.
It should come with 2.
Very well done. I think it looks great. He's flying and everything. You're not
should come with
weapons,
2.
But, you know, we can go past that. We can have a conversation about weapons. So I'm gonna do it now on screen. This thing like just connects together.
Beam saber,
double-headed light saber cutlass weapon, light lance. I don't know what you want to call it, but there's just so much stuff. I built the extra hands initially. I wasn't gonna build the extra hands as well, so I built those, and it does. You know, you can swap them out for different poses, but it's done. I keep looking at it with such love. I enjoyed the journey. I enjoyed the process. I'm proud of it as well. And Pat added some stickers on, and he feels like he's contributed quite heavily to this build as well. It's true though. I mean, we're both like, I just enjoyed it, and I've never had this feeling with a kit before. And one of the things occurred to me is I have, like, we've all built kits over.
God, look at those wings. Look at that. So majestic. It looks like a beacon of hope. If I just like looked up in the sky and I saw this thing above me, I would just feel like everything is okay in that moment, you know?
My granddad would build like the Bismarck or the Cutty Sark, and he'd spend months building this.
Oh man.
And build the hull, build
Built
the
battleships.
and build the rigging and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And it was a labour of love, and I think that's what these really are.
Yeah.
It's not something you just want to knock
It
out.
is amazing to me how the evolution of manly hobbies, no matter what, when you look at each generation from somewhere in the 20th century onward to today, the one thing that has always been consistent have been model kits. That's it. Like, you can name anything else, right? Maybe some are as consistent, maybe some have fell off, or just aren't as good as they used to be. But out of all the hobbies that men have enjoyed for decades, model kits have been one of them. Everything from trains to battleships, little armies, military convoys, robots, cars, tanks, trucks, fighter planes, fighter jets, Gundam. Like, yeah, it's really something. It's amazing.
Session. I mean, you can do. I mean, that choice is there.
I'm gonna say this. I'm even gonna take it one step further. Okay, ladies, if you want to know the equivalent of giving flowers to a man, okay, if you want to find the equivalent for a man for what they do for giving flowers to a woman, if you want to find the equivalent of that, give them a high grade Gunpla kit. That's what I'll say. Give them a high grade or two. I guarantee you the level of dopamine that just circulates the brain when they see that, it's going to be just as good as if they gave you a bouquet of flowers. Hands down. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? You can let me know, but that's my take.
But it's something you want to take your time on, and it's the process that you're doing it for as well. So, you know, people don't build jigsaw puzzles just to like go, yeah, I built a jigsaw puzzle, break it all up. They do it because it's a process, it's enjoyable, and this felt like that. I've never been so emotionally attached to a model in my life that I've built.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah. I
can't believe it either. Look, I've only built the Sazabi, the real grade Sazabi, for technically 2 nights now. I only finished the decals last night. I'm emotionally attached to it. Just looking at my shelf, I'm emotionally attached to my real grade Sharzaku. I'm attached to the Epion, the entry grade, the fucking entry grade RX-78-2, the high grade Goof, the full mechanics Ariel, the high grade Caliborn, the high grade Banshee Norn destroy mode, the high grade Sengoku Astray, the high grade Jesta, like, and the rest of them. It's amazing. It is amazing. I like to think for so many of us, because for some of you, you're probably watching this and thinking like, Katana, like, why are you getting so giddy over some piece of plastic, right? Like, you're acting like a kid, aren't you? And to that extent, you know, I will agree with you that, you know, these things, right? I mean, this looks like something that kids, teenagers should be into, and admittedly they should, right? But for me, I like to think that for all of us, especially in men, but to the extent of everyone, including women, there lies an inner kid that just never died. You know? And sure, the interest from when you were younger to where you are now, it may have faded away, but whatever it is that catches your eye, catches your attention to the degree that a child would be hyper fixated on or have some sort of enjoyment over, I like to think that's like a childish personality, like a level of enthusiasm that just never went away. And Gunpla just does that for me. Okay? I'm proud to admit it. Okay? You can say whatever you want. You can make fun of me just glazing over a piece of plastic. Doesn't matter. I'm happy to admit it.
Did I enjoy building this model? Absolutely. I'm a convert to Gundam, I think. Will I build another? Yeah, I think I will. Not straight away. I'm a bit tired, mentally exhausted from building this one. But
I mean, it can be a little exhausting.
Build another. I'd buy myself one as well down the line. And I like to get my lad doing it as well, because it was an enjoyable process and just doing things together. And it's fully posable and playable. Maybe not with like a 6-year-old, but...
You know, one of these days, a few years ago, I had thought about wanting to do something with my dad. And at first it was the thought of playing video games together, because it's one of the things that I tend to do and enjoy, right? But he's not all about that, you know. The last video game I played with my dad was eons ago. It was Modern Warfare 3, when my cousin lent me his copy to borrow while he borrowed my copy of Batman Arkham City. But yeah, me and my dad, we just played multiplayer together, split screen. But that was ages ago. That was the last time I'd say he ever touched a video game. All right, I was in elementary school. And I kind of wanted to like rekindle that moment, or just do something that, you know, I could show him, something that like I want to do with him, a hobby or interest of mine that I would like for him to experience with me. Because there's a lot of things that my dad, he does that he also likes and enjoys, that he's gotten me into. Skiing. I mean, we kind of got into scuba diving together. But it was his idea. Hiking, and maybe a few others that I'm just not thinking of right now, but those are the three that come to mind. And I told my dad about it, just thinking like, he's not into anime, he doesn't care about any of these like animated shows or cartoons, but he wanted to see it with me. He didn't know jack shit about Demon Slayer, but he was willing to go out and see the movie with me. And we did. You know, we saw it, and he thought it was alright. He thought it was an alright movie. But that was it. You know, that was, so far, that's pretty much the one thing we've done that was not only my idea, but was something that I kind of felt for a moment proud of, that we were able to do together. Like, just introduce him or show him something, an interest that I have that we could, you know, bond over for a bit, right? And maybe the next thing, you know, I can do together, and I'm not trying to get emotional here, but the one thing we could do together is maybe build one of these. I don't know what it would be, but it would just be some kit. All right. And if I'm really lucky, okay, if he's up, excuse me, if he's up for the idea, I would have him choose. All right, I'd have him choose a Gunpla kit, and we'd build it together. All right, I don't know if he would do all of the building or if we would take turns. We'd probably take turns, honestly, because maybe I'm just a little more experienced, right? But yeah, we would build that. Anyways, I didn't want to go on an emotional tangent there, but it just dawned on me for a moment there. Let's continue.
Probably someone that's a bit older. So I obviously talked about, like, you build lots of stuff and you then hide it with armor. But as me and Pat have been playing with this, and we've been playing with it a lot of those undersuit bits and those details are actually visible as you start to articulate it and start to move things around. So when you like move like the legs up, the skirt moves to the side and it spreads open. You can see
those are like
beautiful
some of the gimmicks,
gold underneath it and stuff like that. So it is, again, the engineering is sublime. I think whoever made this has, you know, finished the game of life. Really, they're just like they're on level 100. But yeah, it's just, you know, like, you move the arms, you can then see bits underneath, and then you lift the toes down, you can see bits underneath that. You move the wings and they spread open and do things. You know, it's insane. I'm going to do it, but I'm now scared I'm going to break things. That's the other thing. I'm so worried that I'm going to break this, but it's so well built that it won't break.
God, I get that feeling a lot with some of these.
It's sturdy. It's amazing. I can't stop saying how amazing it is. It's just incredible. I've never experienced it. Sorry, I've never experienced anything like this. Should get out more. You're right. Don't put that in the comments. But yeah, it is an incredible kit. I think everyone should try building one at least once in their life. If there's one thing I learned about this video and the mistakes I made, is the great Japanese proverb, which is fall down 7 times, get up 8 times. Goodbye.
Bloody Gundam.
Interesting proverb. Just don't fall down an 8th time, I guess. But yeah, that's the video, guys. I like that. That's very wholesome, right? That was a nice wholesome video.